Y'all gave me some hot takes for West Virginia and Big 12 football. I'm going to go over them. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, the Hard Edge Podcast. We're happy to be back here today, and we're going to be going over some hot takes I asked y'all to give me a few days ago, and we're going to finally be going over them after a long wait. I was just letting them marinate for a few days, so everybody got a chance to put their comment in. So let's get straight into it. So we have it's less than 10 hot takes we're going to be going over today. I like some of these, and some of these are just crazy. So we're going to get straight into it. These are all fans of mine. I've seen these people comment before. There's only like one or two that I've never seen comment. There are some really crazy ones, so y'all have to stay to the end to see them. So our first one, my guy, D1 Cam Cook, says Cam Cook will be Big 12 Player of the Year and a Maxwell finalist. If y'all don't know, Maxwell finalist is basically an award given out at the end of the year for players, the best player in American college football, the year round. It could be quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. It could be a defensive player. Even a kicker. It could be a kicker. But that's very unlikely. So he's saying he will be a Big 12 Player of the Year and a Maxwell finalist. So he's saying he's going to be a Big 12 Player of the Year and a Maxwell finalist. I could definitely see him being the Big 12 Player of the Year, but he has to contend with players like L.J. Martin from BYU, Noah Fifita from Arizona, and Drew Mestamaker, the transfer to Oklahoma State from North Texas. So I definitely think he could do this. I think it depends on how many carries he gets, but I could definitely see him doing this. I don't think he could do it for the Maxwell Award because there's just so many good players and good teams. I just couldn't see that happening with all the talent the college football landscape has with players like Arch Manning and there's some other guys, the guy from Ole Miss and the running back from Miami. There's all these top dogs you have to compete with all these different players. And the team has to be pretty good too. If you're going to get this award, your team's usually good. You don't usually see a bad team win the award just because of the good player. You usually have to be a really good team. But this team's going to be good, just depending on the defense. So our second hot take person gave us, Amacardi 17 says no playoff appearances for the conference this year. So they're saying the Big 12 doesn't get any people in the college football playoff. No teams in the college football playoff. ESPN has Texas Tech right now is 57% to get into the college football playoff, and then following behind 25% for BYU to get into the playoffs. So I think instead of BYU, I actually think West Virginia and the rest of the conference is a pretty good stacked conference this year. I think it's going to be a lot better than last year. It's not going to be as bad as people think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a pretty power-heavy conference. But I think this BYU team is going to be switched out with Houston. I think Houston will make the playoffs this year. They've spent loads of money on their offense, and they've also improved on defense. So I'm very high on Houston. Their quarterback and their coach is very good. So I'm pretty sure the conference champion gets a bye in the playoff, but are they saying, I don't know what Amacardi is saying right now. Maybe he's saying it's kind of like a switch situation like Virginia last year. They won their conference and then they didn't make the playoffs. But I don't even know if it's possible for a Big 12 team not to make the playoffs because I'm pretty sure you have to if you win the conference because last year somebody won the conference and then Miami still made it. So I don't think it matters. So I think this isn't a very good pick. Maybe I'm misunderstanding Amacardi, but I'm pretty sure it's impossible for us not to get somebody into the playoffs. Somebody fact check me on that in the comments though. So, and then number 3, my guy Callan Outdoors commented. He says the Mountaineers go 8-4. So let's go over the schedule real quick. So I'm just going to go over a quick preview of our schedule. So September 5th, we could play Coastal Carolina at home. I'm going to count that as a win. So there's one first win. And then we have UT Martin at home. Or say that's another win. So 2 wins. Virginia, I think that's a toss-up game. So I'm not sure if we'll win that one. We'll put it as a loss. 2-1. Oklahoma State, I think we're much better than. We'll put that as 3-1. Iowa State lost all their players, their head coach, their quarterback. They're practically their entire defensive line. We'll say that's 4-1, and then Arizona will count that as a win. It's a blackout. Cool Rush. I don't know if this is a win yet because Arizona, I think, is a sneaky good Big 12 contender. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-1. So we're 4-2 right now, and then going to Cincinnati, I think we'll win this, kind of like a rivalry. So 5-1, and then TCU, I think we'll drop that one. So we're 5-3. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty bad at counting, and then Texas Tech. Really, they spend loads of money, way more money than us. So we'll say 5-4 now. I think we'll win against Kansas. 6 wins. And I don't think we could go. So the rest, that just doesn't make it possible for us to go 8 wins. Maybe we'll upset Houston and make it to 7 wins and then get a bowl win. I think we could definitely get to 7 wins, but I don't know about 8. 8-4 is the best we've had since 2023. So I don't know about 8 wins. I could see a 7-win or a 6-win team, but I cannot see an 8-win team this year, especially with the power-heavy teams we play in the last part of the season. We play some really good teams in the last part of the season, like Texas Tech, Houston, Utah. Those were all people last year that were ranked. So on to the next prediction by Samantha Jones. Says WVU starts 6-0. So I could definitely see this one happening. I've actually said that this will happen. So we'll just go over it again. So our first 6 games, that'd be Coastal Carolina, UT Martin, Virginia, Oklahoma State. So that's 4, and then 2 more, Iowa State, Arizona. I can definitely see that happening. We don't play any ranked teams going into that, assuming Arizona doesn't get ranked. Virginia might get ranked, but probably not at the time we're playing them. I definitely think we could start 6-0. I think we could start 7-0. Because Cincinnati is not supposed to be as good as they were last year. They lost their starting quarterback, and they lost a few wide receivers. So I think could definitely start 6-0. We could start 7-0. We could start 8-0. Anything can happen in college football nowadays. But I just can't see it happening with the consistency. But I definitely can see 6-0, not 7-0. So, on to our 5th pick. We're going a little bit fast here, but that's fine. This is still going to be a really fun episode. Tell me if y'all like these types of episodes. I'll do more of them. Or do y'all want to stick to the traditional prediction style, going over players? Number 5, Matt Lovejoy says they're a dark horse to go to the conference championship. This is kind of a sneaky one here. I have Arizona as my pick for the sneaky conference championship guy. So I don't know about West Virginia. The only thing, I think their offense could be sneaky good. I don't think sneaky is a good word for it because it is going to be good. But I just don't see us being in contention for a conference championship, Matt Lovejoy, because I just don't see this defense. I don't see this working out because our defense isn't the best. It doesn't have that much depth. I think our defensive line is definitely going to be good, but I'm not sure about the situational calls of Zach Alley. And also our corners I don't think are going to be very good. But our safety room is stacked. Our nickel room is pretty good. So I don't think this could happen, Matt Lovejoy, but I definitely think our offense is going to be good. And if our offense is elite, not just good, but elite, it could just put us in a kind of like a Geno Smith type of days where our defense isn't the best, but we can still win because our offense is so good. On to our 5th pick. McVay Edit says West Virginia leads the FBS in rushing yards and will be top 5 in rushing touchdowns. I can definitely see this happening because I can see us, Amari Latimer. Picture this. Amari Latimer rushes for 800, 500 yards. And then we have Cam Cook rush for like 1,400. And then we have Michael Hawkins, who's an elite rusher, and Pat White says he's faster than him. Pat White says that Michael Hawkins is faster than him. So if we got 3 800-yard rushers, that would be so crazy. So I think that could definitely happen, but the only thing that can stop us is the other teams. Not the defenses, but the other offenses. We'd have to contend with the top dogs of college football like Miami, Michigan, and Texas. Texas, who brought in Hollywood Smothers and also retained a few really good running backs. Michigan brought in some key recruiting from freshman classes and transfer portal classes. And Miami brings back probably the best player in college football. And that one guy from last year, I can't remember. He was a freshman, though, and he's one of the better players on their team. We have lots of depth, though. It depends on the carries. How many carries Cam Cook gets and Christopher Talley and Amari Latimer gets, because our wide receivers are good too. So I'm not sure how many carries this team will get, because our wide receivers might have more depth than our running backs. Our running backs I'm really high on. I'm not sure if they have which one has more depth because we haven't seen the first game yet. But I don't know if we're going to pass it more than Rich Rod likes or run it more than Rich Rod likes, because we just have such a good offense this year. Number 6. Somebody wrote us a whole book I'm not going to go over this one, but I'm going to give y'all. I'm just going to skim over it, but I'm just going to let y'all look at this one. And Troy says Oklahoma State is going to be garbage. Colorado is same old garbage. BYU will be good. TCU will be middle of the row. Kansas State will be somewhere in the middle. KU will choke again. Iowa State will be the bottom feeder. Baylor will be the 3 best. Houston will be I can't even read this. Troy, I'm sorry. I just cannot read all this. Troy, thank you for the comment, but I just don't think I'm going to want to read all this. But I'm going to skim over it. West Virginia is garbage, lower bottom. Cincinnati are lower to bottom. Arizona State will be second best. Texas Tech. Arizona will be upper top. Utah Utes are third best. And then Arizona State and UCF middle. So I don't know what I think about this. I couldn't really read it. It wasn't the best spelling or grammar. I'm not the best grammar either, Troy, but I couldn't really read this. Sorry for not wanting to read this, guys. But I'll pop it up on the screen there. Y'all can read it and pause and tell me and give y'all's thoughts on it. But he's basically saying West Virginia's be garbage, so I don't like it. So Colorado's going to be bad. Because if Colorado's bad again, should Deion get fired? BYU saying they're going to be good. I think I can agree with that. I don't know about KU choking again. They didn't really choke. They weren't good last year. So I don't know what I think about that. I would have to make a whole separate podcast just to dissect Troy's comments. So I don't think I can do that. So sorry, Troy. So on to our 7th, and I'm pretty sure our last pick here. Jayhawk Production says Kansas is winning the Natty and is going to blow out WVU by 70 FR. So he's saying Kansas is going to be pretty good and West Virginia's going to be pretty bad, or Kansas maybe. Maybe Jayhawk Productions knows something we don't. Maybe Kansas is a powerhouse this year, but West Virginia is actually favored to win against Kansas right now by 0.4%. So take that, Jayhawks Production. 0.4 got ya. So y'all lost your starting quarterback and best wide receiver. Y'all had the 52nd best recruiting class compared to West Virginia's 24th best. So I don't know where you're getting your facts from, or you maybe are just like a little guy that just likes to brag, or maybe he's just trying to rage bait me. But thanks for the comment, Jayhawks Production. You got into the video. Hope you're happy. He actually subscribed to me, so thank you for subscribing, Jayhawks Production. I just don't think your pick is very accurate. I don't think Jayhawks are going to be this good this year. I had them as like a 5-win team. I think their coach is going to get fired. They haven't had a good season for about 10 years now. So I don't know about this prediction. If you could give me an explanation in the comments, Jayhawks Productions, that would be great. Hope y'all had a great day. Thank y'all for watching. I think this has been one of my favorite podcasts I've ever done. I really enjoyed this one. So thank y'all for watching. If y'all have any more hot takes, I could go make a little segment next podcast. I'll just go over a few that if y'all didn't see the post, I could just go over a few since y'all missed the memo. So thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all have a great day. So cue them country roads. We'll see y'all later. Peace.